This is Bofades, and he is locked in ZF until he earns 1 million gold from this dungeon and this dungeon alone. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the series where we are locked in ZF until we earn 1 million gold. Today's episode is going to cover runs 251 through 260. And before we get started, we usually take a look at what we made overnight, but I was an absolute clown yesterday, and I rushed from this video to make Socrates' video, and I never came back and never reposted everything and didn't disenchant all the stuff that I usually disenchant. I didn't put up the materials, nothing. So I didn't make anything on this guy overnight, so that's a first, right? But as you can see, everything from my bag is now up on the auction house. I have no mail. Everything's posted. I've already gotten a few sales from some of the materials that I've posted 2 minutes ago. So we'll see some stuff come through as this episode goes, but we won't take a look at what we sell today until tomorrow's episode. See, like right there, we just sold some Mage Roof cloth. I didn't get any sales on the other auction house tunes either. So a bit of a dry spell when it comes to selling things in the auction house this week. However, that does lead me to the first comment that I want to cover today. Takina ARPG here says completely open to it. At the end of the day, it comes from ZF, and you got it literally in front of us, so I don't see the problem. The context of that comment is based on a question that I asked yesterday. I asked all of you if it was okay that I kind of widen, or I guess I should say expand, the number of auction houses that are connected to this challenge. Because going back all the way to episode 1, I said, hey, I'm just going to do this as a part of a warband thing, where it's just going to be Bofades and 3 different auction house tunes. And as we've seen, either A, I've chosen the wrong auction houses, B, the items that we're trying to sell from here are overpriced or, undesirable, we could say. Or C, a lot of people that are into transmog collecting aren't necessarily adding to their wardrobes lately, which is the thing that happens. Typically when there's like a new patch or a new expansion or just something new in the game, the collectors will sometimes pause their collecting and just go do that new thing, right? Which I'm not too worried about. They always come back. They always buy stuff. But anyway, this comment I'm using as a representative of the majority of the comments that came through yesterday. It does seem like you guys are okay with us expanding the auction houses that we sell on, as long as the items that I'm selling are looted right in front of you, which means that you saw Bofades pick them up from ZF, which I can assure you is going to be the way it goes. And by doing this, this might speed up this process a little bit. And I'm not going to do it just for Bofades. I'll go ahead and do it for Socrates as well. So after today, we will have expanded to at least 2, if not 3 more auction houses with all the items that we have. And all that really means is that I'm going to have to spend a little bit more time logging into other tunes to see if sales came through. It's not a big deal. All right, next comment says, hey, that's me in the community message. Yeah, I have mentioned this a couple times. I have built a small community here of like-minded transmog farmers, gold farmers, or even people that are fans of the channel. So if you want to join a community of people that might be into the same stuff as you, it's called Bofades and Company. And Socrates has one as well. It's called Socrates and Company. And as you can see here, Bofades' community is up to 13. I think Socrates is around 7 or so, maybe 6 or 7. He said 6, 7. All right, last comment says, if you have the capability and time to be able to do so, would absolutely love to see a larger variety of these farms. Really love this series and challenge. Yeah, I'm definitely capable of bouncing around to the dozens of farms that I like. The nature of this challenge, though, is just to be locked into one dungeon. And as soon as we break free from here, we will start farming somewhere else. One thing I've thought about and considered is potentially creating like a family for Bofades here. Like he has a brother or like a father or something. And they would also farm things on this channel. So Bofades would be the heart, like the nucleus of the channel, but like his relatives, his siblings, they might also be added to this channel. I don't know though. This is kind of a lot of work. Keeping up with everything, filming the videos, editing the videos is brutal, to be honest. But I am enjoying it a lot. So as far as variety goes, it's definitely on my mind. I definitely want to grow these channels, this one and Socrates'. But at the same time, I want to do stuff that's sustainable and it's not infringing on my time so much. Hey, thanks for the sub. Because I do have 2 kids. I'm married. I have a day job, and I also own a company. So a lot of balls are being juggled right now. All right, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and eat a fried bonefish. Let's start up Loot Appraiser. And let's speak it into existence, guys. Let's say that we're going to get glorious leg plates today. Or one of the Big Daddy epics, all right? Let's do it. I don't know why I said Big Daddy right there. I meant to say Big Boy. All right, Grand Belt, the first green that dinged today. All right, so Bofades here, or I guess I should say his channel, hit the last tier of monetization this morning, which means that like an ad might play before my videos moving forward. And one might play like during the middle of the videos too, as well. Like I think they're called mid-roll ads or something. I don't know, but just know from my end that I'm not gonna go in and manually put in like a bunch of ads and videos. That's just not my vibe. I just unlocked it this morning and I basically clicked the button to say, YouTube, you can do whatever. You can automatically put them in wherever you think is best for the viewer. Hey, plans for the Light Earth Force Blade. I decided to do it that way because there is a channel or two that I like a lot. and I know the creator is going in and like putting ads every like 30 to 45 seconds, which has made his content like almost unwatchable at this point. War Leaders Greaves. But anyway, just know from my end that all I did was click the YouTube, you know, put it wherever feature. And if that like becomes aggressive, if it seems like there's more than there should be in a 9-minute video, you guys need to tell me in the comments, okay? Warbringer Shield, Ancient Defender. I'm kind of like excited to get greens again because I'm going to be spreading them out across other auction houses. And as far as sponsors go, I don't foresee many companies like wanting to use my channel to promote their stuff. Like, that would just be awkward, wouldn't it? Like, I've never shown my face, and what we're doing here is like super niche. So I'm not expecting any like major brands to be knocking down my door, unless you want to call Raid Shadow Legends a major brand at this point. I will make this commitment to you guys though. If I ever include a sponsored segment in a video, it's going to be on a product that I am 100% behind. And those sponsored segments will feel like kind of out of place. Griffin Mail leg guards, like trail running shoes or something, like that'd be something that I'd be down with sponsoring, right? But like, how would that fit in this video? Keeper's Cord, Protector Arm Guards, or a sponsored post about a book from a South Korean German philosopher. I mean, I guess I could lean into the absurdity of it all, right? 516 in our first vendoring session there. And by lean into it, I mean like come up with just like this kind of, you know, outrageous, ridiculous connection between what Bofades is doing here and the product that I'm supposed to be sponsoring, or promoting, I should say. Like something dumb like, you know, Bofades here has a speed set and he goes through ZF really fast. But imagine how much faster he would go if he had G Fuel. Yeah, I don't know. Selling things, marketing things, never been kind of like a part of my skill set. That's why my goal here has always been just views, you know, just like logging in, doing something fun, and seeing if other people want to watch, right? And I hope you guys are okay with me just like thinking about this out loud with you. Bloodwoven Pants. Hey, our 13th Witch Doctor's Cane. So I may have gotten ahead of myself with the whole sponsoring conversation there, but like from the very beginning, I've tried to make sure that you guys have this feeling of authenticity here. That you saw me as someone that is willing to be honest and talk about the good, the bad, everything in front of you. And I thought maybe along the way with Bofades' journey here, I would just kind of like relay information to you about like the journey of the channel as well. Another Witch Doctor's King, guys. But if you guys would rather me not break the fourth wall and talk about the background of the channel and just different milestones and things like that, I'm also okay with that. I'm just trying to do something fun and creative here that can exist on like multiple dimensions, multiple levels. Like I have a plan down the road that involves an undead priest that will play into the lore of Bofades and Socrates. Heroic Greaves, Grand Boots. That was a big one. Lunar Raiment. So anyway, I wanted to get all that like monetization talk, you know, sponsorship talk out of the way because it's like at the forefront of my mind today since we hit that level. And I thought that since I've been honest with you guys about everything else up to this point, I might as well just get this out of the way as well. And at the same time, I want to say thank you because you guys are the reason that we are where we are today. You guys subscribing, liking the videos, commenting on the videos, watching like a good % of the videos, all of that is why we made it so fast, actually. And I hope my appreciation and my gratefulness comes across in all of my videos. Man, we are not getting anything this run. Anything new or juicy, that is. So there's one thing that I've been wanting to do a better job of, and that's encourage you guys to promote yourselves in the comments. Like if you have a YouTube channel and you're doing something similar or maybe something that's not the same, that you think that the people watching this video might like, you should let us know who you are and what you do on your channel in the comments. I'm a firm believer in the idea that a rising tide lifts all boats, which is why you've heard me talk favorably of Studin, Boofy, Patholerics, Colin's Helmet. I think we sold 2 of those in this challenge. Hey, a ruined ring. So you see how it says 10K right there? I've been trying to sell those for like 500 gold. Jade Gauntlets, Rage Call leggings. Jade Gauntlets are good. Going back to what I said about having a community, I just want to let you know, if you're in the community and you say something to me in chat and I don't respond, I promise it's not me ignoring you. I most likely didn't see your message because I'm, you know, making a video. And when I'm making these videos, my attention is on, you know, what's right in front of me and also what it is I'm trying to talk about. Like right here, so distracted that I didn't even know my inventory was full until like 4 mobs. I think I'm potentially dealing with like an undiagnosed ADHD situation. 2 griffin pieces in this little corridor. But if you ever want to get my attention in game, feel free to whisper me. It's totally fine. So someone in the comments said that they don't want to be selfish, but they really want this series to go on for a long time, this challenge to go on for a long time. And then one of our OGs replied to that comment saying that if the challenge ends, I'll most likely just start a new one the next day. Black metal cape. So I'll confirm that that's most likely going to be true. Although it might not be the very next day that I would start something new, but it would definitely be within like a week or so. Glorious shoulders. Title of this is going to be Glorious 4, most likely. However, the next challenge is going to have a few different rules based on what I've learned not to do from this challenge. Like the key rule is going to be a cell is a cell. So we're going to be not confining ourselves to just a warband. We'd be in the 400 to 500k range by now if I were counting all the cells across all the other auction houses. So that would mean that whatever the next challenge is, it'll most likely take less runs to get it done. Unless we do a place like Uldaman, where I could see Uldaman taking like 700 to 800 runs to hit 1 million gold. The greens are so bad, and it would probably take 5 Ginsu swords to sell to hit 1 million. And I'm not sure we would even get a super in like 800 runs there. And even if we did, selling it might be as hard, if not harder, than getting it. But of all the recommendations that have come through in the comment section of all the videos, there are a few that you guys have said that I'm kind of vibing with. Fake value. Like Wailing Caverns has been mentioned a few times, and I love Wailing Caverns. Like, I really do. But the materials from there don't seem to be great, and it seems like there's only like 3 or 4 different types of items that you'd be going for that would actually sell well on the auction house. Like the ceremonial stuff, the aboriginal stuff, and the deviate hatchling. I bought my first epic mount from farming Wailing Caverns back in 2006 or 7. Mostly selling Gloves of the Fang and crafting the deviate scale belt for twinks. So I'm no stranger to that place, but making 1 million gold there, I think, would be a bit harder than it has been making it here. Not saying impossible, but I could see it taking a while. But I've seen Scholomance come through a couple times, and I've seen SFK come through a few times. SFK would mostly be a supers farm, whereas Scholomance has some juicy potential. Like if I were to do Skolo, at the end of every episode, we'd be rolling for like Lamented gear, which I think would be pretty cool, but there's also some pretty good epics that could drop in Skolo. So I'm not opposed to that one at all. Also, RFK and RFD and Mana Tombs have been mentioned. All of which sound really fun, to be honest. So we'll see. But what we will do, though, is we will create some sort of background lore that's going to exist as a reason why we're locked in that dungeon. And we'll do the same thing for Socrates, wherever we end up putting him. Bloodwoven Jerkin. That's, I think, the best of the Bloodwoven things. Yeah, I think so, because it looks like this. Looks kind of cool. All right, guys, and gals, I should say. I think we're around 8 or 9% of our viewership being female, which is pretty cool. That does it for these 10 runs. It looks like our looted item value is 813,646 gold, which is how? I guess these grand boots are valued at 118,000. Oh, okay. Yeah, look at the color on these. 119 across US realms, 327 on the low end, 74k for a median. Moonguard representing the top there. Yeah, I don't know about 118,000. Looking at maybe 10 to 20 being the most. War Leader's Greaves were next. They look like this. 105 across US realms, 915 on the low end, 54k for a median. Yeah, so maybe up to 20 on this one. Illuminarian Cuffs, that is fake. Heroic Greaves. The Heroic Greaves are basically just like a gray version of the ones we just looked at. Hey, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. 127 across US realms, 900 on the low end, 32k for a median. Yeah, maybe 9, in between 5 and 9 maybe. I did want to look at the Bloodwoven Jerkin though. So this thing looks like this, if you can tell. 126 across US realms, 666, ooh, 37k for a median. Okay, it's all right. Although these are all like full high. You get down here and you see like diversity of populations and you see the prices kind of in the 30s. So that's not bad. And then lastly, the Glorious shoulder pads. They're yellow. Yeah. Look at those guys. Woo. 181 across US realms, 1900 on the low end, 53k for a median. Yeah, so 20k on the first page here. These are all, except for this right here, full and high. So maybe shooting for 20s to 40s on a medium or a low. It would be nice if I was trying to do this series over the course of like several months where you guys would watch an episode and that episode would maybe cover like 50 runs or whatever and what I'm putting up. And then the next episode comes out like 2 weeks later, a month later, or whatever. And then you'll see that these things actually sell. This day-to-day slow grind, I think, is kind of giving transmog farming a bad name. And I feel like I'm kind contributing to that, because this stuff takes a while to sell. It always sells, but it just takes a while, and you have to be patient. All right, so I have some cleaning up to do, some disenchanting and all that. I'm not going to do that until after I finish Socrates' runs. So if you guys could, in the comments, remind me to come back to this guy and take care of all my bags and actually post things tonight, I would really appreciate a reminder in the comments. So anyway, if you enjoy this sort of content, I would encourage you to like, comment, subscribe. We did just squeeze past 1,000 subs before this video started. I think we've had 2 subs come through since we've been recording this. So yeah, exciting times. Big, big milestone. So anyway, until next time, take care. See you soon. Are you laughing at me again? Are you laughing? It's my sign off. You have to have a sign off. All great YouTubers have sign offs.